Hi, my name is Sarah Salinas. Today I'm going to be discussing the topic of my speech, which is police brutality. Here I go. So, police brutality or excessive use of force by law enforcement can be legally defined as civil rights violation where law enforcement officers exercise undue or excessive force against a subject. This may include, but is not limited to, physical or verbal harassment, physical or mentally injury, property damage, and death as well. In some countries, the color of law protects officers from ambiguous situations. What's the problem? Police brutality has always been a huge problem in the United States. Every day, innocent people's lives are being lost in the most unreasonable and disgusting ways. Rayshard Brooks, 27 years old, died year 2020. He fell asleep in his car, blocking the drive-thru lane at a fast food restaurant. Police arrived and tried to communicate with him for more than 40 minutes. When police then told him that they were going to restrain him, he took off running and he was shot twice in the back. Another victim of police brutality is George Floyd, 46 years old. He died this year, 2020. George was allegedly trying to use a counterfeit $20 bill. George was handcuffed on the ground as Officer Derek knelt on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds as George pled for his life with not one but 4 other officers present as he spoke the words, "I can't breathe." After George became unresponsive, the officer continued to keep his knee on George. 2 autopsies report listed his death as a homicide, although they gave different causes. Who's affected? Because of all these deaths happening, millions of Americans are fearing for their lives, scared to go outside their houses, in fear of being pulled over and killed by officers. Officers are supposed to be the people we call when scared and need help, but who are we supposed to call when police are the ones causing the harm and violence? Consequences. How are people dealing with it? People protested in Minneapolis and it quickly escalated. From a peaceful protest to a huge looting fest, people completely destroyed stores and businesses, big and small. Demonstrators were lashed by tear gas and rubber bullets. The main message is that everyone wants to see those officers involved arrested. How does this help fix humanity? It took a lot of fighting, protesting, and retweeting, but after speaking on all these past deaths done by police officers, Officer Rolfe was fired, as well as all 4 officers involved in George Floyd's death. They were all charged for second-degree murder. Rolfe was charged with felony murder. Prashon faces a number of charges, including aggravated assault. After the police got charged, it has brought justice to the families, friends, and people who are living in fear. This helps people by making them feel safer. These police officers are now off the street and can no longer cause harm to more people. But the truth is, police brutality does not just end here, because in a few weeks, or maybe years, the same thing will still be happening unless the people come together as a community and put a stop to this crime. We have to stop letting police officers slide simply because they are supposed to be our help system. Whether it's them being racist or as simple as an officer giving you a ticket for something you didn't do, everyone should suffer consequences equally. This will not change until everyone else changes and sees the wrongdoings.